Meg Thee Stallion and Milagro. I forget, is that what her name is? I forgot.
Verdict is in. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion celebrating a victory today after winning her defamation civil suit against blogger Milagro Grams.
The musician, whose real name is Megan Pete, sued that blogger for playing up a sexually explicit AI-generated video of her. Well, tonight, that blogger is ordered to pay up. Good evening, I'm Jim Barry.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor was inside the courtroom when that verdict was read, and he joins us live now from downtown Miami with more. Yvonne?
Yes, Jim and Lauren. So Milagro Cooper was found liable in this lawsuit, and that is the term used when we're talking about a civil lawsuit. Normally, guilty is when it's a criminal case. So she was found liable in this case, and that means that Megan Thee Stallion will be compensated, but only for a fraction of the millions of dollars she was seeking. Yet, as you will see now, she still looked happy with the outcome. Megan Thee Stallion left federal court with a smile on her face.
Can I say something?
Are you happy? Are you happy with the outcome?
I'm just happy.
This is the end of a trial that began November 17. Megan Pete, the rapper's legal name, filed a lawsuit in October, days after a new Florida law went into effect. It allows people whose images are manipulated, as in AI false pornography, a way to sue those responsible in court. That's what this case was all about. Her lead attorney, John O'Sullivan, also came out smiling.
All good. Terrific.
Sullivan stated Megan Pete suffered emotional distress because of the AI deepfake video. The rapper testified it caused her to seek intensive mental health treatment. That cost her $240,000. She even wondered if her life was worth living. She said she also lost music contracts worth approximately $4 million. The jurors answered 16 questions to reach out the verdict. They said yes to Milagro Cooper being liable for defamation. She should compensate Megan Pete. But they also said that Milagro Cooper was treated as a member of the media.
Thank you guys for coming out every day.
Milagro seemed relieved with the verdict.
I just want to thank all the jurors, everybody who participated, and I'm happy it's over.
At the end of the day, it was not a complete win for any side. It's a trial. This is what happens in trial.
Are you happy then with the outcome?
I'm not ecstatic. Of course, you want things to go your way, but like I said, I respect the jury and what they decided, and I think I made out pretty good.
So let me tell you, and let me break this down, right? Because I did get wind of this from my girl, Mika. Mika says, we are media. So I don't think that there was any victory from anybody. I don't think that Meg Thee Stallion is happy. I believe that Milagro is not completely happy, but she's more relieved than about what's happening. And this is why. This is why I believe that, and maybe we'll add this as a part of the conversation tonight on After Hours. Matter of fact, I'll add it as a part of the conversation. Oh, shoot, it's Tuesday. Mika not going to be there. I'll wait. I'll add it as part of the conversation on Thursday instead of Tuesday. But let me tell you why. Nobody wins except for the lawyers. Nobody wins except for the lawyers in the courts. On one hand, you got Megan Thee Stallion, who was wasted tons of time with lawyers' fees, suing, doing the whole defamation thing, and trying to do the similar thing to what Cardi B did to Tasha K, right? And she's basically trying to silence vloggers, content creators, and media by hitting them with a heavy defamation suit and trying to get millions of dollars in addition to attorney's fees. The problem with that, though, is that the jury seen it a little bit different, and I believe that it was only a $75,000 award. Let me just double check that. Megan lawsuit award. It was $75,000. All right. So the jury awarded, the final judgment is going to be less than that. The jury awarded $75,000 in the defamation lawsuit against blogger Milagro Cooper. I would pay that without even blinking, right? But the final judgment is expected to be lowered to $59,000 because the jury also found the defendant should be treated as a media defendant, a status that typically requires plaintiff to provide advance notice of a lawsuit. In addition to damages, Cooper will likely have to pay Megan's legal fees. Okay. So whatever the legal fees plus the $59,000, which I don't know what Milagro's bag is because I'm not pocket watching her. And I don't feel the need to pocket watch her in this particular case. But whatever that is, plus $59,000, which is literally nothing to Megan Thee Stallion. And I think that Megan Thee Stallion, A, wanted the money, and B, she wanted to make a statement, right? She wanted to set the precedence. And let me tell you who else wins in this situation. Content creators. So Milagro actually secured a victory for content creators, but neither her nor Megan Thee Stallion comes out of this thing with what they want. Milagro obviously wanted to win the defamation case to where she wasn't liable for anything, and I don't think that she would want to pay anything. And then Megan Thee Stallion, obviously, she won, but at the same time, she didn't, because the only thing that she did was waste her time. She's going to get a $59,000 check, and then her legal fees and attorney fees is going to be paid as a result of it. Who wins is the content creators, because you don't want them to set the precedent that they can come after content creators for their opinion of what you say about them. People say stuff about me all the time. People say stuff about Megan. People say stuff about Michael. They say stuff about Michael Jackson. They say stuff about Chris Brown. They say stuff about everybody. They say stuff about, who was the one I was just crying on just back on Fig? Who was his name? I forgot what his name was. Whoever the one that was crying on back on Fig, they say stuff about him. So when you become a public figure, you then become susceptible to people's opinions. Now, Kevin McCall. Shout out to Kevin McCall. Shout out to Kevin McCall. So here's the key, though, is that when you start to create lies, for example, if somebody creates a deep fake, and I don't know anything about the deep fake video or whatever what they're saying it is, so I can't speak on that, all right? When you create lies, and I'm assuming that you can probably reference maybe Tasha K in this situation, because one of the reasons that Tasha K got sued is because Cardi B said Tasha K was lying about her having STDs. Is one thing to give your opinion, and it's another thing to say that this is a fact and this is what they did and this is a lie. The problem with that is that then becomes liable because you are causing somebody distress and harm based off of unsubstantiated claims and things that we claim as fact to not be true. So I believe that was at the core of this case. And in this case, only people that won was the vloggers and the content creators, because we don't want them setting a precedent that we can't say what we want to say when we want to say it, when we have an opinion on them being a public figure. Everybody gets talked about. It is what it is. Y'all said she shared a Twitter post. Okay, all right. And that's the difference. People should be able to give their opinion about what is happening without being attacked, because you are a public figure. Like I said, people make up stuff about me. People make up stuff about a lot of people all the time. And so it's a difference. There is a difference between saying something is fact and ruining somebody's reputation with fake information, and saying something is and giving your opinion. So I don't think that anybody won. I think that, it is what it is. It's a wash. I'm pretty sure that Meg Thee Stallion was pissed off, but she had to show a good face, because she can't say that she was disappointed. She got to put on a good, she got to put on a good face.